Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michiko and I basically make videos about life here in Canada. Today I'm going to be answering your questions from my past videos from here, and here to different questions from where am I originally from, should you go to Canada and find a job before or after moving, and all other questions that I've received from you. And let's get started. Alright, so I have your questions in my computer right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with our first question here. So our first question is from JT Nima. Hi, thanks for the info. How about getting jobs? Is it easy? What part of Canada is okay? And which part are not good to say, like bad neighborhood or whatever? Tips. Thanks. Hi JT, thanks for watching my video. Alright, so in terms of getting jobs, if you're interested to know should you go and find a job before or after moving to Canada, I'll put in the video up. But in terms of your question, is it easy? What part of Canada is okay? I would say that would really depend on which industry you're in. For example, I am in tech and I moved to Toronto because of the IT landscape in here. There's just a lot more tech companies based in Toronto compared to other cities, like major cities like Montreal. So that would really depend on your industry itself and which city you're going to move into. So do a little bit more research on that and find out which city do you think would be most appropriate for you. Which part are not good to stay, like bad neighborhoods or whatever. Tips. I think in Toronto there's definitely a lot of nicer neighborhoods, but this is much or a little bit more subjective for me. One of the best neighborhoods in here are either in Midtown or around Forest Hill area. All right. Next question is from Aditya. Hi, thanks for the great video. I'm also moving from Singapore to Canada. How is the public transportation compared to Singapore? I would say that public transportation in Singapore is way nicer in a way that because Singapore is so small and public transportation as well is quite robust, you know that we do have a lot of more train stations, and anywhere in Singapore you pretty much have a train stop. In terms of breakdowns or service itself, I've never really experienced much in Singapore, and it's so easy there. So easy to get a ticket, or I think the train stations and even the subway itself in general are cleaner compared to here, but that's just my own opinion. But yeah, that's the public transportation here. But I do like the what do you call that, tram. Here in Toronto we don't really have that. In Singapore we only have a bus and trains, but here in Canada you have your subway, you have your buses, and you also have your tram. So yes. All right, third question, it's from Kix Dean. Hi Kix. Hi Michiko, new subscriber here. About the taxes, are overall taxes higher there in Canada compared here in Japan, including Shaken, resident tax, and others? So I personally think taxes are higher in Canada just because we do pay more. One example specifically, our employment insurance. So every paycheck or every payroll that you would get here is they would automatically deduct a employment insurance from your paycheck every month. But having said that, compared to Canada and Japan, you actually get more child benefits or higher child benefits in here compared to Japan itself. So I would say it's kind of like a give or takes, right? All right. Next question, it's from Max Hope. You sound like a native English speaker. One of the most questions I always get is that where are you from originally? So I actually am half Japanese, half Filipino. However, I did grow up in Philippines, and then I moved to Singapore for 10 years, and I moved to Japan for around 2 years. So that's basically where I'm from. But thank you very much for watching. Next question is from Mia Hodge. How long did it take you to find a job? For me, I would say quite lucky. I got a job within a month. In terms of interviews itself, I believe I went to around 10 phone interviews on site. I would say very minimal, around 2 or 3 I believe at the time, and I was able to get the job quite fast as well, because at the time they were looking for someone needed. So it really did help that I was already here in Canada. I went for the on-site interview and then I got the job. So it does help at some point that you're already here. All right, next question is from AX. AX, I know you've been commenting on my video, so thank you. What is your primary NOC? So for those people who doesn't know what an NOC is, it's a classification or job classification codes that they use for express entry. Mine is 1121. So, all right. Next question is from Karen, 4 stars. Hi, Karen. Would Vancouver costs be similar? Is it a little cheaper in suburbs like Richmond or Coquitlam, BC? How much do you need to make at work to clear enough to pay all of these expenses? Taxes are very high. Indeed, it is. But thank you for watching. I haven't really been to Vancouver. However, we do have a few friends who live there, so I kind of have I would say some information and some insights compared to cost of living in Toronto and Vancouver. I was quite surprised. In terms of rent, it's actually a little bit cheaper in Vancouver for a 1-bedroom apartment. Here in Toronto is really crazy high. 1-bedroom apartment in a condo could cost you $2,000 to $2,500 a month. And in Vancouver, when I was just searching, you can actually get a 1-bedroom for around $1,800. So that was very surprising for me as well. But in terms of how much you need to make at work to clear enough to pay all of these expenses, that really depends on where you live. How much is your condo? Do you have family? Do you have kids? What's your lifestyle? Do you go out to eat and whatnot? So that really would depend on the person itself. But yes. Next question is from Raj. Hi Michiko, thank you for posting this video. It's very helpful. Just like you were, I'm currently residing in Singapore and I'm planning my move to Canada. Exciting! Did you start applying to jobs before you reached Canada? Would you say it was like easier process once you are? Same question. I would put in the link in whether you should be for. Sorry about that. So yes, same question. I would say, or did I didn't start applying for a job before we moved here. It's just because before we actually moved to Canada, we went to Singapore, we went to Philippines. We kind of took a break before we came here, so I wasn't really available for any job interviews. I did apply to one, and I got a phone interview, and it was quite difficult at the time. I think it was around 11 p.m. Singapore time or 1 a.m. Singapore time. I don't even remember. But that's something that, you know, you can always try to apply before coming here. It's different now, given the situation. All the phone interviews or all the interviews should be through online or video or Zoom or whatever, right? So definitely you can start, you know, applying for jobs before moving here. Okay, last questions. Nance Louise. Hi Nance. Hi. I just want to know, what is your pathway going to Canada? How much did you spend? And in what province are you? All right, so in terms of the pathway, it's through express entry for permanent residency to Canada. How much did you spend? Oof, quite a lot. If you're interested to know how much we actually spent, a lot of factors, because we did have a dog that we had to bring here, which cost us around $2,000 for his flight ticket. And also we contracted an immigration consultant, which is around $2,500 each, plus flight tickets around $1,200, Airbnb. So I would say it's closer, give or take, around $6,000 to $7,000 to come here. I know it could be a lot, but that could differ on you know, different situations. It's just so happens that we decided to get an immigration consultant, which is very costly, but we don't really I would say it's quite worth it. And also with the dog, that was a really quite big expense, $2,000 just for bringing him here. But anyway, I hope that was very helpful for you guys. If you have any more other questions about coming here, anything at all, comment down below. I always answer any questions here in my channel. If you think this was helpful, like that or press that like button, subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified on my next video. All right, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.